It's Pod in the City, and today we're ranking all the episodes of Season 1 of Sex and the City. Oh, baby! We're here! Oh, yeah! We hope that you're finding us somehow. Who knows? Maybe you clicked on this because you were like, I like Sex in the City. Let's see what these fools think. Or maybe you were confused and bamboozled into believing you were just going to watch an episode of Sex in the City, and you're here instead. And we hope that you will subscribe and hit like. Just subscribe. Try us out, babes, because we're here every week. Dropping new episodes of either Sex in the City, or we're coming into a new season of And Just Like That coming up very soon. And every week we do a live show. So we also do a live weekly roundup every Wednesday at noon on YouTube. So make sure that you're subscribed and you're hitting like and you're commenting. Okay, it's Joan and Amanda here. We love you.
Hell yeah! What a
little. So, okay, if you didn't check us out last week, you might want to go back and check out that episode because we did another ranking where we did a controversial ranking of the men of Sex in the City. And we've been getting some fun comments on that video.
Yeah, I love it.
What I love is we have some great comments that are like, I hate this person, so let's see where you guys put them. And then we definitely don't end up putting them where you think we're
No, we had some pretty hot takes, but we'll see what you... And please, if you disagree, let us know in the comments. It only helps our algorithm.
So go check that out. It's our last week's episode. You can also find us out on all the podcast places. So if you're just also listening to us, hey, babe, could you leave us a 5-star review? But only 5 stars, please, because I spiral out if it's any less than 5. Okay, so please. Stick to 5, babe. So I think we kind of had a system last week where we we introduced each man, we talked about them a little bit, and then we decided where they were going to fit in the ranking. So I think we're going to kind of do the same thing here. What I'm going to propose.
Jeez. It sounded like evil was coming out of your soul.
It was like a piece of flap of my throat caught on my... Whoa.
Or it sounded like when you puke and like it comes out of like when you get that like
when you have no food in you and you're puking.
Yeah, when you're dry heaving, like a real dry heave.
We know all about that. Anyway.
Right. John's in charge of this.
What I'm gonna propose is that I'm going to read the title of the episode. Give the episode description, and then Amanda and I will chat it out, and then we'll decide where it'll go. We're just going to go one through the last one, fit them around, and then we will give you our ultimate definitive ranking. Now,
how many episodes are there? 12.
12.
That's going to be lovely.
I can't call this definitive because you know how Amanda and I are, if you've been listening at all. Our opinions change by the day. Now, there are some I am steadfast in, and one I'm steadfast in is that Karen Cartwright on Smash makes me want to pound my head against a wall. So what I want you guys to do is check out our Patreon, because patreon.com/podinthecity. Every week we do extra episodes, and we have a nice, cute little rotation over there. We do episodes of Smash, Girls. We do a cute little pillow talk episode where we just shoot the shit. And then what's the last?
Vanderpump Rules we just added.
Oh yeah, Vanderpump.
After the year and a half we've been doing this, I think we've finally found like the ones that really hit. Like we found our perfect month of content.
So if I were you, I'd go over to our Patreon and check it out. You can even go on there for free, and you can listen to clips of all of our episodes and be like, you know what? I think I want to throw them some bucks and help, support the cause. So check it out. Patreon.com/podinthecity.
Hell yeah.
Yes?
I said hell yeah.
Okay, so should we just start at the first episode now?
Yeah.
I will say we have watched Sex in the City many times, both. But it has been now a year since we did, over a year, almost a year and a half since we recapped season 1. So we will have to have a little bit of discussion to remember. At least I will. Amanda has a great memory. I don't. Anyway, season 1.
I don't remember when did we start? Okay, I'm trying to figure out when I got
We
sober
started in December.
Okay, so this first season, I probably was drunk for like a lot of them. So again, my memory is completely whacked. So let's see. We'll see how we. Except again, I've been watching these. How many times do you think you've seen each of these episodes?
It depends because I think there's certain seasons that I watch more than others. I will definitely go back to season 3 and season 4, season 5 a lot.
We just finished recapping season 3, you guys, and it is such a stellar season.
It is so good, and I can't wait for the nosedive into And Just Like That coming up in 2 weeks.
Man, it's gonna hit us hard.
So I'm just using our covers because it was easier. So we have season 1, episode 1. This one was called Sex in the City. I wrote pilot, but I'm pretty sure it's called.
No, that is what it's called. It's called pilot.
Oh. So here's what happened. At Miranda's birthday, Carrie and her friends vow to stop searching for the perfect mate.
Okay,
would you like a longer description?
What else happens though? Yeah. Like she meets Big, right? Like what else happens in this thing?
She does meet Big in and he has that moment, that iconic moment in the car with the balloons.
No.
That's in episode 1, isn't it?
No, there's no balloons, but he drops her off.
Oh, he does the balloons in a later episode. You're right.
Actually, he's going to do the balloons in the first episode of season 4 because that's Carrie's 35th birthday when Samantha wears those purple leather gloves.
I'm trying to see if I can here's a like slightly longer.
Okay, great. Yes.
At a birthday party for 30-something Miranda, Carrie and her friends vow to stop worrying about finding the perfect mate and start having sex like men.
Right.
Carrie has several encounters with tycoon heartthrob Mr. Big. Miranda starts dating nice guy Skipper Johnston. Charlotte goes on a date with Capote Duncan, but when she tells him she won't have sex with him, he goes to a club and winds up going home with Samantha.
Oh. I mean, it
has to start somewhere. So
it just starts where it is, but I'm gonna have trouble finding something that's worse than this episode. But maybe
no
episode, probably.
The second episode. So that's a great place to start. So if you've listened at all, I am the biggest bitch about this episode because it has this artist who films his sexual conquests and then uses it as his art, and it is considered cute and funny in this episode.
This is one of Carrie's many, many, many straight male friends. Platonic.
Yes. Here is what happens so I think like we did in the first thing, you kind of have to have 2 things to compare slightly here. So why don't I read the synopsis for episode 2? After Miranda and Skipper bump into each other at the convenience store, they sleep together for the first time. Carrie interviews Barkley, a modelizer who videotapes his conquests. Derek, a male model client of Stanford Blatch, spends the night with Carrie after a fashion show, although they don't sleep together. Samantha chases Barkley while at a fashion show in order to be taped.
Oh, yeah. This is definitely worse than the pilot. All of those stories.
I would completely agree. So far our list, then at least the pilot for now is number 1.
Yeah.
And episode 2 is last. I'm sorry. Now I do like, when Derek was over at Carrie's apartment and all of that, but
yeah, that was fine. And I like the Miranda Skipper storyline because I find it very relatable. So I like that actually starts. But yeah, and then the fact that Samantha goes, and I think he doesn't want to film her. But then she's like, no, turn it on. And then she makes faces at the camera. I guess it's supposed to be kind of women empowering, but not really, because he still gets he gets his first consensual art piece.
I guess
this is last.
I'm going to put this hardcore in last because the episodes too get better and better.
Yeah, because this next one I'm feeling, it's called The Bay of Married Pigs. And I remember that, already all of this.
So I'll give you the long rundown here. Carrie is invited. So season 3, episode 1, God bless, I have dyslexia today. Season 1, episode 3. Bay of Married Pigs. Carrie is invited to go up to their Hamptons beach house by Patience and Peter. But in the morning, she bumps into Peter in the hall without his underwear on. Some friends introduce her to Sean, the marrying guy. When she can't keep up on his quick march to commitment, he ditches her for commitment file, Charlotte. Miranda's colleague from work, Jeff, introduces her to a lesbian, Sid, at a baseball game, and they are invited to her senior partner's dinner party as a couple.
Yeah.
I like this episode a lot.
It's a great episode. And it's the first acknowledgement of Cynthia Nixon comes across as kind of lesbian-y. So they're kind of addressing it here. But then they're also ending the storyline that she could be a lesbian only to completely retcon it in and just like that.
Oh, have they retconned that?
Well, not retcon, but like they forget that this ever happened, I guess.
Okay, yeah. And it's interesting in this episode, they don't do a lot of, there's never really any moment where Samantha, Miranda is like, am I a lesbian? Like, do I?
No, she says definitively, like, if I was, then I would be, but I'm not.
So I guess, you know what, guys, we know who it is. It's that pussy throbber themselves, Che Diaz, making pussies throb all over the country.
Yeah, and this person that she's on a date with here, Sid, I would say is arguably way more attractive. Not physically, because like Sarah Ramirez is gorgeous, but like as a person, I'd way rather hang out with Sid than Che Diaz, who's beyond toxic.
Well, these two, like, as you can see, guys, if you're watching the video from the cover, they look like a lesbian couple.
They look like a perfect lesbian couple. Like, this should be on a cover of like a J. Crew.
I've seen these women at the Phoenix Mercury game like how many times?
This looks like your mom and
I was gonna say literally, except my mom has longer hair now, but it literally. Anyway, so far this is the best one, I think. And I do love anytime when a show goes somewhere. So Carrie does spend part of the episode in the Hamptons.
Oh yeah, that's a great storyline too. And it is like, that storyline is a good, because in my 20s, I was like, I don't feel like this is that big a deal. But like, and also in my man-hating days, like this is such a big deal. Like they must have been fighting for weeks and months and years about that situation.
Should we touch on that? Like, guys, in that episode, if you haven't seen, I don't know how you'd be watching this if you've never seen, but you know, he flashes Carrie basically, and then the wife, remind me,
patience,
acts as though it's kind of like, oh
no, she's pissed about it. They kick Carrie out.
She's pissed at Carrie,
right? And then they see her later at the party when Carrie's marrying the marrying guy. And Carrie's like, you know, I'm so sorry about that thing that happened in Patience. Is like, seriously, drop it. Like, it's not funny yet.
Do you think that guy's done it before?
It seems like she seemed pissed enough where it didn't come out of nowhere. Like she seemed like she was already pretty triggered by it.
How would you feel if someone flashed you?
I'm not like, it would not affect me in any way. That, especially that situation, I would point it out and I would definitely tell the wife. But if I was the wife, I would be fucking pissed.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Really, especially if that's not like really part of his personality. It's weird. It's not appropriate, and there's something behind that.
Season 1, episode 4 is Valley of the 20-something Guys.
Oh,
Mr. Big and Carrie continue to bump into each other during social events, which leads them to try to organize their first drink thing. On a night out, Carrie meets 20-something Sam for a fling, which turns out not to be so glamorous in the light of day. Charlotte despairs over the possibility of having anal sex.
Oh, yeah.
And Samantha dates a younger chef, but finds the appeal wearing off.
I don't remember Samantha's storyline there.
Me neither. So when they say she dated a younger chef, I don't remember that.
I don't think her storyline even wraps up there, but I do remember, because we've all been there, of waking up at like not even a younger guy's house, just a straight single man's house, really, and being like, oh. God.
It's that feeling where things look very different at night than when they do in the light of day.
There's so many hopes and dreams for this person, and then you see their house and you're like, oh,
well, and there's also sometimes it's like a vibe. Like at night it's like shadowy, and you're like, ooh, like
I hate my own house with sunlight beaming in.
And then the light comes in and you're like, fuck?
Oh, but that is actually true though, because like there's certain times of day where like in my kitchen lights will hit parts that, and every time it's like igniting places that aren't usually lit up. Then all I do is just clean it for the next 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, I'm like, oh, that sun is just showing the cat hair right there.
And then
Perfect.
the tile, the stain of the tile.
So okay, here's our first thing then. Do we think this episode is better or worse than Bay of Married?
I would put this better than that one because this one also talks about anal, and I feel like we had some good conversations.
Okay, you're right. And this actually does. I like how I'm like, you know what? You're right. The anal talk, definitely get it up there.
Yeah, who doesn't want some anal talk?
I mean, really? Agreed. Okay. So sorry if there's a little slight delay here. I'm trying to search these up each separately so I can get longer descriptions.
No, that's perfect.
Okay. Season 1, episode 5. You know what? Do you want to handle the pictures? That would actually
Yeah,
help.
sure.
Season 1, episode 5 is called The Power of Female Sex. Carrie bumps into international party girl Amalita and her latest man Carlo in a shoe store, who in turn introduce her to a French architect, Gilles. He leaves Carrie $1,000 on the nightstand after a one-night stand. Charlotte meets Neville Morgan, a renowned artist who paints pictures of her vagina for his latest exhibition, and Samantha tries to get a reservation at a hot new restaurant.
Okay, this definitely doesn't beat Valley of the 20-something guy.
I would agree.
Better in the pilot. It's a good storyline. I remember we were both incredulous about why Carrie was even upset about all the money. Take it and like shut up.
Like it just because a man gives you $1,000 doesn't make you a hooker.
No, well, you're so morally high. You have such a moral high ground that you don't feel good about taking it.
Carrie, honey, you can go buy yourself like a pair of shoes.
I was going to say pay rent, but yes, I guess Carrie would probably spend it on shoes or something first. But yeah, savings account.
So I do like the part of Amalita and Carlo's thing. So I would maybe, where do we put, I mean, I think it's above the pilot.
I'd say is it better than Bay of Married Pigs? I do like that storyline. I think I like the storyline of Carrie dating this guy who's like ready to get married. And I might just be projecting myself on too many of these storylines, but I do like that storyline because it's relevant where like you meet a guy and he's like ready to get married and you're like, it's just not a good fit.
Yeah. Is that what usually happens to you?
Is that not what always happens to me? Has that not been what happened in every hookup that I have?
So I would actually I'd leave Bay of Married Pigs above it because I like the Miranda lesbian storyline, especially with how it comes back in reality, like of what actually happens. Okay. Next epi is Secret Sex. Carrie and Mr. Big have their first official date. But Carrie suspects Mr. Big is keeping her secret from his social circle. Miranda dates a man from her gym class named Ted, but she discovers a spanking video in his apartment.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. God. Okay, this is a great episode.
I agree.
This is where they fuck for the first time. She wears the dress. This might be number 1 right now. She wears the dress for the first time. This guy that's in this picture here, another one of her platonic male friends, straight friends. He has this storyline where he's dating that stunning cheesemonger who he's too humiliated to be seen in public with.
Because she's like voluptuous.
I don't even know what they needed to. She's kind of quirky, I guess. They maybe should have cast someone uglier for that, I guess. But yeah, he was like,
they were trying to imply she was ugly.
I don't know, because she's not. No. She's just kind of like weird and like she's just like ooh, like kind of dorky, I guess. But like Big takes Carrie there after they fuck, and he's like, yeah, well, I take this woman there because I don't want to be seen by anyone I know. But then I do like the way that wraps up is that he comes to Carrie and he's like, she broke up with me. Because she said she was like over it because she didn't want to. She wanted to like actually date someone who wasn't embarrassed by her. So I like the way that wrapped up. I like this is funny when they're waiting for this bus with the champagne and they drive by and somebody's drawn like a dick on Carrie's mouth on the bus. All of these are hilarious.
Yeah, I like this episode. Should we put it at number 1 so far?
I mean, you get the dress for the first time. And this is the first episode of Sex and the City I ever watched. I remember being scandalized by that dress.
Oh.
was
Oh,
like-
yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
All right, number
We're
1.
starting to get into its groove. How about that?
All right. So right now, let's go through our order. So we have number 1 as Secret Sex. Number 2 as Valley of the 20-something Guys, which has the anal. 3 is Bay of Married Pigs, which is the lesbian storyline, and the Carrie dating the marrying guy.
Uh-huh.
I think it was just that he wasn't rich enough, honestly. And the Power of Female Sex is next. I feel good about this.
Uh-huh.
And then the pilot, and then Models and Mortals. I don't know if anything's getting under the two.
Nothing is going under Models and Mortals because it is I hate it. Okay, episode 7 is The Monogamists. Carrie and Mr. Big begin dating on a regular basis, but she learns after bumping into him that he is dating other women. Samantha begins to look for an apartment to purchase. Charlotte dates a man who prefers oral sex, while Miranda becomes jealous after seeing Skipper with another woman. Okay, this is the one where the guy who's into oral sex was originally going to like have the dog
That's
go
right.
down on him or something.
And this is also where we find out that Charlotte doesn't give oral sex. And it's like, well, then he should break up with her. What else happens in there? Sorry.
Carrie and Mr. Big begin dating on a regular basis, but she finds out that he has been dating other women as well.
Oh, yeah.
And then Miranda sees Skipper out with another woman and is jealous.
I'd maybe put this above the Power of Female Sex, but under Bay of Married.
Great. I would agree on that because, yeah. And again, we'll go through these at the end and we can do some cleanup if we feel like
Okay. All right.
It's kind of hard though. Some of this is splitting hairs. You're like, I guess I like this thing better than the other. Kind of.
Yeah, we have to break down some of the storylines better. Okay. So here we. Oh wait, sorry. Next.
Okay. Number 8. Three's a crowd. Carrie finds out that Big was married once, and that he had a threesome. Charlotte's boyfriend wants to have a threesome. That's the next line. Yeah. Charlotte's boyfriend wants to have a threesome. Miranda feels left out because she's never been threesome material. So she responds to a classified ad to validate her sexual appeal. Samantha becomes involved with a married man, and his wife offers to have a threesome to keep the marriage together, which Samantha declines. I like this episode a lot.
I love this episode. This has so many fun. Carrie is very funny in this episode when she's talking to Big's ex-wife about like the little Kathy and her cigarettes, the magic cigarettes, whatever. She's very funny in that scene. And then this is like one of my favorite Samantha bits is when she's like, hello. And he's like, oh, it's over. I told my wife so we can be together. And Samantha goes, who is this? It's like one of my favorite moments.
Her line reading of that too is just perfection. I think in this episode, each character has a strong storyline. Yeah, and I think that is what's going to like make, in my mind, it makes it better than some where their storylines aren't as strong. Right. Because, you know, I mean, we discussed on there, like, you know, like, have you, I mean, you've had threesome before, right? Or no?
Me? I've never had a threesome.
Oh. Okay, guys, check out our Patreon episodes and you can find out about my sex life because I've tried a threesome before and a foursome and a five. Anyway.
I think I'm just past those days.
But how about the thing with, I remember the Miranda storyline where she's like goes out to like meet the people and they're all really into her. And we were actually kind of pissed at Miranda during that.
Oh no, she was totally like, and I actually thought that was a really nice, healthy representation of kind of a marriage where like they do seem like they're into each other and they're kind of opening it up and having kind of fun, and it seemed like they were healthy. And I thought that was pretty progressive for that time to show like a marriage where that actually could work. So that was sweet. Miranda was awful in that. She should have
she really was. But
and Charlotte's storyline is like that guy is a fucking creeper though. Her boyfriend. Because everywhere they go out, he's like, what do you think of that girl?
Yeah. Oh my God. And why would you even do that if you have Charlotte?
Yeah. Also, like, do you want to have a threesome with Charlotte? She's not a threesome chick. Kristen Davis is even a threesome chick.
Oh, not one bit. I can't imagine having a threesome with Charlotte, actually.
And then Carrie's storyline is a good storyline too with the ex-wife. First of all, he doesn't tell. That's another issue. These fucking men, they don't tell. Oh, I just never came up. No, I just didn't tell you. That's that. And then also that they tried a threesome. That would bug me too, because I'd be like, what kind of crazy sex were you guys having?
I don't know if I would be bugged by them having the threesome, but I would be like, why didn't you tell me that you were married before? But now that is also maybe when it comes out is then, right?
Yeah, I guess. Like, how long are you with someone before you tell them?
Like, what are you supposed to tell them on the first date? Like, oh, I was married before. I mean, yeah, actually.
Yeah, you should on the first date let people know.
I guess if I had been married before, I probably would say that on the first date.
Because like, it's like being divorced carries with it some kind of a implication of an experience, like a shared experience. Maybe it's an experience that, that person has gone through that would, inform your personality a little bit.
Yeah.
I would rather date a man who's been divorced than a man. I've now dated 2 men in a row that were never even engaged. And I would rather date someone who's been divorced, because both of those men, I was like, you just haven't had any life experiences at all.
Uh-huh.
Do you not agree?
I don't know. It's hard to say because gays are different.
Yeah, that's true. It is.
It's hard to say.
All right. I would put it as number 1, maybe.
I want that as my number 1 right now, I think.
Agreed.
Okay, season 1, episode 9 is The Turtle and the Hare. This is also a good episode. Carrie is unhappy when Mr. Big tells her that he never wants to get married again. They're at a wedding most of the time.
Yeah.
Stanford Blatch proposes to her in order to please his grandmother and inherit his part of the family fortune. Samantha's latest pet project is the Turtle, one of New York's most successful yet style-impaired bachelors, and Charlotte becomes addicted to a rabbit vibrator called the Rabbit. Okay, I'm putting this at number 1.
Number 1?
Yes, I like it.
I like Three's a Crowd better. This has the rabbit. What was Samantha's storyline? Oh, the turtle.
Samantha gets Bernie Turtletub and whatever, does the makeover on him.
I think it's actually a good indication of like when you date even a fixer-upper, if you don't want to have sex with them, it's just like not going to happen. Or at least for Samantha. But then I'm like watching these seasons of Vanderpump Rules right now where Lala's with Randall Emmett. And I'm like, man, like how do these women do this?
Because she would be in line with like the person who's dating, what's his name? That terrible guy who was on SNL. She's using him for fame and fortune.
Yeah, but after a certain amount of time, like how do you like, I guess you do convince yourself that you love them after a certain amount of time, right? Like
I think you just lie so much to the world that I don't know. I don't get it. I have experience in some whore loving someone that is loving someone. Anyway, let's not get into it. Check out our Patreon if you want a little deeper.
Yeah, you don't know what he's talking about.
That.
Okay, you want this? What was Miranda's storyline here?
Miranda, it's not listed in here. I don't know, remember. Did she have the guest? Did she have to get the guest book signed at this wedding or something? Or is that a different?
Oh, is this where she has that guy? Is the wedding where she has like that guy friend come in and then he falls in love with Carrie Preston? Is that episode and that's what the wedding is?
Oh, the designer.
Yeah, is that what that is?
I think it might be.
She has the guest book. I feel like she's in that outfit.
But you would think that would have, because I think that one does start with her introducing the guy with the vase. It's like this frog.
And the vase is a turtle, right? Hang on, I'll look at the cast list here and see who's in it. Unhappily married woman. Stanford's grandmother. No, this isn't that episode. Brooke? Who's Brooke?
The designer.
No, that's Carrie Preston. I don't know what this is.
Okay, well,
Okay.
then we're mixed up. I do like the story of the turtle, and I do like Charlotte becoming addicted to the rabbit. So
Yeah.
I would say it doesn't necessarily need to be one, but high up?
I would put it high up. No, it's not. Okay, so definitely not number one. Is it better than Secret Sakes? I really like Secret Sakes. It has the dress, Joan.
Okay.
Let's put it
Fine.
under that.
So far we have number 1 as episode 8, the 3's a crowd. Number 2 is episode 6, Secret Sex. And I'm not going to go through the rest of them yet.
Right. And then the next is Turtle in the Hair.
We got 3 more.
So wait, are we saying that Turtle in the Hair is better than Belly of the 20-something guys? This is the anal. Is the rabbit better than anal?
I like that one, but there's something where I have this thing where I love when they go to an event or they...
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel good.
Speaking of events, actually, the next episode is the baby shower.
Oh, I love this episode.
I really
This might be my number one, actually.
Speaking of going somewhere, the 4 women attend a baby shower for their one-time wild child friend Lainey in her new button-down Connecticut suburb environs. What the? Who wrote that? Carrie is forced to think about motherhood by her late period. Miranda regards the other guests as part of the cult of motherhood. Still single, Charlotte fears her dreams of being a wife and mother are slipping away, and Samantha throws a no baby shower in response to the one the 4 women attended.
Hell yeah. I love Samantha. There's the line where Samantha brings alcohol to the thing for one, but then Charlotte finds out that Lainey stole her baby name, and Samantha comes in and she goes, "What's going on in here?" And Charlotte's like, "She stole my baby name," and Samantha goes, "You bitch."
I love that part. And that's, we've been getting our glimpses of Samantha, but I really love those moments too, where you see the connection between the characters, like the ride or die-ness, even between Charlotte and Samantha, which you wouldn't think that there'd be that. Like, I would think those two would be the most, I don't see them calling each other at night to have a convo.
Also, Lainey is a really great character.
Great.
She's so good.
This whole episode is incredibly relatable to especially around the time of the age of the women in the episode. And especially if you're a person who has been to numerous baby showers full of mothers. And trust me, I'm not anti-mother. Speaking of, tomorrow's Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day, everyone.
We love mothers. I do. But there is a piece where sometimes, just like only children or just like gay people or just like anything else that describes me, you can get lost in that and you forget other pieces of the world.
Well, and Lainey says that at the end. She goes, one day you just wake up and you look at yourself and you don't even recognize yourself.
I cannot believe how Amanda can pull this shit out of her ass. I'm struggling to even remember what happens in the episode.
Every single episode so far.
Oh my God. I think it's because I just in general, I don't let that stuff sit in my head or something. Yeah.
I think it's more that I remember lines that have a really musical, if somebody says a line very musically, maybe that's why I hear it more.
So in my opinion, this is high up, but
I would say this is number 1 for me.
Okay.
I would
agree.
If I was gonna watch one episode of Sex and the City while I'm eating dinner and it had to be something from season 1, this would be my first choice for sure.
I'm also just looking at the cover. I am utterly obsessed with Samantha's outfit for a baby shower.
Very funny. It's very funny.
I also actually just like the way they have all of them dressed because really they're showing these are New York girls in black.
Yeah, they're all wearing black leather jackets.
And they're going to Connecticut with all the, pastels and all of that. All right, this is the penultimate season 1, episode 11, The Drought. Carrie's relationship with Mr. Big has been going on for long enough that it is becoming less physical, especially after she farts in bed.
Yes, queen.
Charlotte is dating a man who isn't interested in sex anymore thanks to the side effects of Prozac. Samantha discovers that not having sex can be erotic, and Miranda realizes that she hasn't had sex for months. This is the one where Samantha gets with that guy who's like, I'm celibate. And then there's like that scene where there's like a drop of sweat rolling down his neck and she's like really horny for him.
Samantha does.
Yeah.
And then Charlotte's guy, he
can't get it up because he's
on.
Yeah,
I think we ripped into this episode because we were like, no, he should be on the medication. Doesn't she like ask him to get off the medication?
Oh yeah.
And we're like, no, he should probably stay on the medication. I wonder what my argument would have been here, because depending on if I was in a very horny stage in my life when we recorded this, which I don't think I was, or if I was like where I'm back to now, my norm, which I'm just like, I could be fine never having sex again. I wonder what stance I would have taken on that guy. Because I almost feel like one Amanda right now, I'd be like, that sounds like an amazing situation. But then if I was in my really horny phase, I'd be like, I could never.
You know, it's hard because you want the person to be well. I want them to be well, you know, but I also don't. I want to have sex.
I guess I want the possibility of sex to at least be there.
You need to get your needs met, right?
Yeah, and I also just want to feel like, I don't know, if it's out there in the air, I don't know.
That's fine,
yeah.
So it depends. And clearly Charlotte, even though she doesn't like going down on guys, she needs to get fucked because the girl is fucking 50 million men. Go back and listen to our season 1 because we are incredulous that Charlotte is constantly playing the goody goody.
The most guys.
Gets with the most dudes.
Takes the most dick for sure. I love the farting storyline. I think is just maybe one of the funniest and most relatable story. And I think that's probably the first time that was done as a storyline on like sitcom television. Not this is a sitcom. Because it happens like it's everyone's first couple months in a relationship is like the farting.
I still though, to me, this episode. This one also is when Carrie had the neighbors that were having sex.
Yeah, that was pretty hot. Some Miranda, I believe, also in this period, in this picture, she's wearing those overalls, and I believe that this is the episode where she sees her ex, isn't it? It is, because Sharon and Carrie get into a fight where she's like, "It's not the fart, Carrie. It's not the fart," and they like get mad at each other, and then she has to apologize to Carrie later because she's telling Carrie, you should just be comfortable with being yourself. But then she runs into her ex-boyfriend and she's wearing that like heinous outfit with like that hat and like the jacket, and she has her overalls on, and she like sees her ex-boyfriend with his new woman, like hides. So then she apologizes.
So where are you thinking this should be?
Is this better than the baby shower?
No. See, I was even this to me could be low. Like under Bay of Married Pigs.
The farting storyline? It's so funny because she goes.
This is just an episode that gets us to the finale. It doesn't do much.
No, I think it's a major thing. And then he never comes to her house. So then he actually comes to her house and he's like freezing her out. He's doing that fun breadcrumbing thing throughout the whole season. And he's funny in it too, because after she farts, she slides under the covers and he goes, I think it's going to be worse under there. Which I think is a funny big moment. It shows his character.
Amanda loves poop, fart, and shit and all that.
You know it.
She loves this. This is her number one, probably, guys. And no.
And number 2. Heyo.
I would.
Where are you putting this?
I would still put this under the turtle and the hare. Sorry.
Oh, why
or even under. I would literally put it under Bay of Married Pigs. But what do you think?
I'd put it. Okay. Fart.
So let's meet. We can meet.
I would put it under Secret Sex and above the turtle and the hare. But you want it. What's so great about you? Have to sell me on this turtle and the hare storyline.
I really like Charlotte becoming obsessed with the
rabbit. That is iconic.
I just think that. I don't know. In my head, that's giving very much like what this show was like pushing the boundaries of like, you know, what was shown and what a woman could be. And like, how many storylines had there been where a woman's like getting addicted to a vibrator on TV at that point?
Yeah, no, I agree. But I also like I think that what's happening with Big and Carrie is so relatable and like deep because he's doing that fucking withholding shit. And then since he has her on this fucking like string, he's given her like a tiny shift in energy. So she spins out. And I think we can all relate to that. Because they're not having regular sex anymore. And then she goes over to his house and he's trying to watch basketball. And remember, she's all over him and he like gets mad at her and then she storms out.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'll give you the rabbit over this. But I think the part is very iconic. All right.
Okay, we're down then. Really, we're down. You know what? I just had a beautiful idea too. I want to see how these all stack up on like IMDb at the end.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And like see what people rank them as there. All right, so this was our final episode of the season. Oh, come all ye faithful. After being introduced as a friend to his mother, Carrie realizes her relationship with Mr. Big is one-sided and breaks up with him. Miranda dates an up-and-coming playwright who is also an uptight Catholic. Samantha falls in love with a perfect man, but he doesn't measure up to her requirements. Yeah. Charlotte gets psychic readings to see if she'll ever marry.
Oh, that's a nothing storyline. But Miranda's is this is with the guy that showers after sex. We put him pretty high on our list, didn't we?
We said that wasn't a bad thing because at least he'd be clean.
Sure. Carrie spins out a bit too much here because I completely agree with Big when he's like, I didn't need my mother to meet another girlfriend.
Carrie,
yeah.
This is the episode where Carrie stalks Big to church, right?
Yes. And you want to meet his mother? God.
I just saw an edit on TikTok that was like, you know, Sex and the City as a horror movie or something. And it's just her showing up at Big's, her stalking him at the church. It's
nuts. But Samantha, this is where we get I love jazz. And because James meets you at the jazz thing. And like, he has a small penis, which I mean is a super iconic storyline too. And relatable. Because what do you do?
I will always remember, but this is technically the season one, the episode of this first season of episode 2, where Samantha's like in the cab and he's like, goodbye, darling, or whatever. She rolls up the window and she's like, there goes James and his tiny penis.
She says, no, we're all living happily ever after. Just me, James, and his tiny dick, his tiny penis. Then they go to the baseball game.
Okay, though.
Oh, I love it. It's good.
What do we think here? Is it that?
Not the best, but I love the small penis. Somebody commented on our YouTube last week, actually. I think her name is Jackie, possibly. She's very funny in the comments, and she had been saying like that there was one of her exes had a small dick, and like it just was not.
Oh yeah,
it was like I couldn't get past it either.
She was like he knew. She said that
he knew, right?
That was the discussion. Is like, don't these guys know? And it's like, yeah, they know, babe. They know.
Yeah.
See, do we think this was better than or worse than The Drought? I would honestly put this like under Bay of Married Pigs. I don't think this is all that.
Like that bathroom scene is funny where Samantha reveals that he has a small dick, but other than that, yeah, that's okay.
I just don't think it seems like it gives me much of a cultural impact compared to the other.
No, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't have remembered. How I remember these episodes is the picture that's displayed on the cover photo for the DVD. Like, do you know what I mean? On the DVD menu of season 1, the picture, like I know what all the pictures are in my head. I can name them for you right now. But on
exactly what you
on the Power of Sex, it's Carrie like unfolding all the bills, all like the $1,000 bills. But on this one, it's Carrie in her church outfit, and it says "Come all you faithful," and she's wearing like a stripy church outfit.
Okay,
so all I would remember from that.
I have the IMDb ratings here in front of me. So should we say our ultimate list?
Yeah, I feel comfortable with this list. Let's go through them here.
So too.
Let's go from worst to
dead
best.
last. Dead last, Models and Mortals. We hate it. You know why. Then the pilot.
Yeah.
Then episode 5, The Power of Female Sex. Then episode 7, The Monogamists. I did like when she got fucked in the house, in a new apartment by her.
Yeah, you could relate to that as a real
exactly. No, I'm a professional. Episode 12, Oh Come All Ye Faithful. Episode 3, Bay of Married Pigs. Episode 4, Valley of the 20-something Guys. Episode 11, The Drought. Episode 9, The Turtle in the Hare. Episode 6, Secret Sex. Episode 8, Three's a Crowd. And our number 1 of season 1 is The Baby Shower.
Woo-hoo! I'm happy with that. Yes.
I totally agree. Now, let's guess what the highest rated, this is not just on IMDb. Guess what the highest rated episode of the season is on IMDb?
The pilot?
Nope.
Models and Mortals?
No, thank God, because I was going to lose my shit. It was The Drought.
Okay, well, I mean, I would have been fine putting them in the top 3.
So The Drought, episode 11, has a 7.6 out of 10. Then we have the ones that are 7.5s, and those would be Oh Come All Ye Faithful, The Baby Shower, Valley of the 20-something Guys, and those are 7.5s for season 1. 7.4s are you guys are like, okay, I'm done listening now. 7.4s are Three's a Crowd.
Yeah.
Three's a Crowd, The Power of Female Sex, and The Bay of Married Pigs. 7.3s are the rest, except there is one 7.2. And it's The Monogamists.
What happens in that one again?
When she discovers that Big is dating other women, Carrie realizes that she desires a monogamous relationship with him. In the meantime, Samantha is having trouble being monogamous with her realtor, and Charlotte dislikes the sexual desires of her new boyfriend.
Was that the blowjob?
Oh, maybe that's why. Because her boyfriend wanted the blowjobs, and then they were originally going to have a dog give him a blowjob.
That might be part of it, because I think that most people know that by now.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, great. Well,
that was fun.
I feel great about this. And next week we'll be doing season 2. A little shimmy. And then great. How many episodes are in season 2? I feel like there's like 18, right?
Oh, I don't think so.
Okay, well, we'll find out next week. I think that's it, guys. Just please tell all your friends about this shit. Oh, you know what we didn't do at the top here, which we should have done, is given the new schedule. But you already know this is now Wednesday that this is dropping. So hello and happy Wednesday. This now drops on Wednesday on the free feed on, free. This and YouTube and Acast and, Spotify, iTunes, all of that. But if you're on Patreon, the episodes all drop on Monday now. Early and ad-free episodes of this and Just Like That is coming up soon this year. We already have seasons 1 through 3 in the can, both seasons of And Just Like That. And then also on Patreon, we did Smash, Let's Be Bad. And we do Vanderpump Rules over there. And we also do Girls over there and a Pillow Talk. We talk about sex, just shit going on in our life. And then every Wednesday at noon, join us for the weekly Roundup, where we talk shit about a lot of pop culture stuff. And we also have a little Broadway section in there that's getting lit.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Guys, we love you so much.
Yes.
Could you hit subscribe, hit like, leave us a comment. It really helps for our engagement. And we'll see you guys next time, Pookies. Yeah. Bye. Bye.
Bye. We love you. See you next week.